Good evening, it's Five Fans Chit Chat here. Today we are talking about the Sheffield madman that seemed to love having a tear up with a bigger geezer. Apparently he has no eyes anymore, but apparently he's Mr. Titanium. So
Mr. Terminator, they're calling him Terminator.
Mr. Terminator. He's back against the infamous Russian Rabchenko. What do you reckon? Too soon?
I don't know. I think with Brook, just the way he was talking at the beginning of the year when the first fight first got made, and he was like, "I've got one more year in boxing." That's never good. It's never good coming out. And even like when you just see him in interviews now, I know this week in fight week he's looked a bit perked up, but just the way he's been talking, I just think he's gonna have a moment. He's gonna get in the ring. He's gonna start off well. I think he'll box, stay out of the way, because this Rabchenko like hits hard, comes forward. I think he'll box him a lot like how Billy Joe did with Lemieux. And then he'll get later on, he'll start getting tired in the 6th, 7th, 8th. Start getting hit with hard punches, and I think he'll just sort of sit there and think in his head, I've made my money. I don't think he wants to be in boxing. And I think he'll just sit there and just be like, what am I doing this for? Because the black and white of it, he's only in boxing still because he's just waiting for an Amir Khan fight.
Yeah.
So he might just, I reckon what's going to happen, I hope he wins, I like Brook, but I think it's a big possibility he could just sit there and go, fuck this, I can't be bothered for this.
Yeah, and one thing I will say, that's not the same, like, a lot of people are saying that Brook's going to go back into the ring and suddenly he's going to get these horror things where he's all scared and so that's not the same as being scared.
No.
You can understand a man with probably a few million in the bank account sitting there going, you know, I don't fancy it anymore. It's not him getting scared. It's him going, fuck this.
It's just, and I think Brook, even if Brook wins this fight, even if he wins it on like a decision and it's close, it's still like, and then like say this for example, he wins this fight but struggles through it, like doesn't look great but wins a decision, and then Khan comes out on April 21st and absolutely blitzes Phil LaGreco. Even Brook then, when they come to the table to do, if them two do fight, which I don't think they will, but if they do, Khan's just going to go, well, 80-20 split on the fight. And it's just, I think, I don't know.
That'll ruin it every time.
Yeah, with Brook, I just feel like he hasn't got a lot left in him. Like when you just listening to him talk, I think he feels, he looks like someone, he's fought Golovkin and he knows there's no way he could beat him. There's someone he could never beat. He went back down to 147 and fought Spence. I think if he fought Spence 10 times out of 10, Spence would beat him. And I think he knows that, and I think that's just kicked the shit out of him now. Yeah. I think he just doesn't believe in himself like he did before. I think when he lost Golovkin, he gave himself an excuse, obviously rightly so. Like he's 160, he's at 160, I'm only a welterweight. He's bigger than me, stronger. He's like one of the most feared fighters in the world. I should have lost. It's not a surprise. And I think, I'll go back to 147. I'm the king of that division. Went there and absolutely got beaten up, probably worse. And I think that's just knocked the stuffing out of him now.
That was spiteful as well for him.
Yeah.
He seems to be going from like extreme to extreme. He's going from massive Golovkin to super slick Spence, and now he's going for a massive monster Russian.
That's what you got to think as well. This is why I think this fight could go bad for him, because if he starts going for a bad phase in this fight where he's getting caught a lot, his punches aren't getting off, he could just give up. Because you got to think, his last two fights he fought Golovkin on a massive pay-per-view card, filled out the O2. Yeah. So he got loads of money, pay-per-view money for that, millions. He set himself for life. Next fight with Errol Spence, one of the most feared fighters in the welterweight division, come over to England, filled out the Sheffield stadium, Sheffield United's football stadium. Pay-per-view again, pay-per-view money, the whole build-up, getting motivated for it. Lost that fight. This fight, free to air. A fighter no one's heard of, Rabchenko. Well, hardcore fans will hear of him, but like the casuals, so no one's excited for it. He's not getting pay-per-view money. He's just expected to win. Where's his motivation coming? I know it's his comeback or whatever, but he's gone to 154. Who's he going to fight at 154? I know you got Sam Egerton and all that, but where's the? I can't see where he's getting his motivation, and he doesn't even sound like someone that's motivated.
No, he doesn't.
I just think it's a recipe for disaster. It's a man who's earned his money, and he hasn't got. I think he feels sorry for himself because I don't feel like he's got what he's wanted out of boxing. I think he generally thought he was going to be the best in that welterweight division. I think he's realised he's not. Yeah. And I don't think he should fight Khan. I think Khan will blitz him.
Yeah, so. It's probably even worse for him because a lot of people are saying like he's perked up because he's obviously around Billy Joe, Kid Galahad as well, and the kind of the way they train, they'll train together. He probably even thinks to himself now it's probably a bigger blow because now he knows he's probably not even the best in that gym.
Yeah, that's actually true. Because for years he's probably been the king of that Ingle gym. And now Billy Joe's walked in and Billy Joe's the new star. He's just not another fighter, but he's got to share the limelight. Yeah, I think I hope he wins. I do like Brook. He's a decent fighter, and I want to see that Khan Brook fight. And he's just very honest, Brook, isn't he? He comes across like...
Comes across a bit dim.
Yeah,
He's just a bit dim.
It just seems down. I don't know. Yeah.
He don't seem off. But, I don't know, even if he fights Amir Khan, would it?
Are you excited for that Khan Brook fight as much as you would have been 2 years ago?
No.
I feel like it's getting to a point now where it's dragging on a bit.
I think it's like that, yeah. I genuinely think you would see kind of the old Kell Brook, though. Before Golovkin, before Spence, I think he would wake up for that fight, because it's kind of that, you know, when you see boxers retire and then you hear about the story, like Carl Froch's with Ward, like he'd come back to fight Ward.
Yeah.
So even Nigel Benn would come back for Eubank now. He's like 60, 50.
Yeah.
He's like that fight for him. So I think hopefully it does happen, because I reckon that could be a proper war. But
yeah, fair play to Brook, because it ain't not happened because of him.
Yeah,
it has been Khan,
yeah.
and I'm a Khan fan, but it has been Khan
that
ain't been signing that contract, who ain't been agreeing to it, saying, what was it? He said, first you got to win a title. He won a title. Well, you got to fight someone legitimate. He fought Golovkin and Spence. I know he lost, but he fought him, and he showed a good showing of himself in the Golovkin fight. And Khan still hasn't signed it. I hope it happens. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to see it really bad, but not as much as I did when they were both.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see. I want to see what Khan's like on April 21st. He's been out ring 2 years.
Yeah, that'll be a new one. And it's weird Khan's going with it, because I think, he does want to win a world title, doesn't he?
Yeah. But then, it can't be about money for Khan, because he is minted.
Yeah,
he is made.
He's got that MMA thing on the go.
He's got money. Like, I think he cracked America. He's one of our only fighters that did. So yeah. But you guys, just let us know what you think of Brook's situation and how he's going to fare on Saturday night against Rabchenko, and where he will go after that. Comment and subscribe.
Up the Terminator. Yeah.